I'm Victoria from Clive Coffee, and today we're going to be showing you how to set up the Eureka Atom grinder. Let's get started. Step 1. Out of the box and onto the counter. Make sure your grinder is stable on a level surface. Install hopper, pull the lock slide, add a bag of your favorite coffee, and turn the grinder on. Step 2. Feeling the coffee. Manually grind a small amount of coffee. Press the center button once to enter manual mode. Press the center button one more time to grind a small amount of coffee. Press it again to stop grinding. Now feel the ground coffee. We're looking for a texture that falls between table salt and flour. Out of the box, the atom is likely set far too coarse than you will need to make espresso. This means it may require a few adjustments before you near the ideal grind size and texture. If the coffee looks and feels very coarse like cornmeal, you'll have to adjust the grind finer. If the coffee looks and feels overly fine, like powdered sugar, you'll have to adjust the grind coarser. Step 3. Nailing the dose. Place a double-spouted portafilter with a double basket on a scale and tear it out. In manual mode, grind enough coffee to fill the basket. The goal is to have 18 grams of ground coffee fill the double basket without it overflowing. Put the portafilter back onto the scale and check the weight of the coffee. If there is much more than 18 grams, adjust your grind coarser. If there is much less than 18 grams, adjust your grind finer. Step 4. First adjustments, drop time. Grind a fresh, full dose of coffee into your basket. Compress the coffee with your tamper. Remember, tamping pressure is less important than making sure your tamp is level. Insert your portafilter and start your shot. We are going to be watching for the time of the first drips of espresso. We recommend either setting a timer or watching the timer on your espresso machine. We are looking for the first few drops of espresso to drop between 6 and 10 seconds. If they fall outside of the window, we will have to adjust the grind setting. If the shots start dripping before 6 seconds, the final espresso will likely taste sour and watery. Adjust your grind setting finer. If the shot starts dripping after 10 seconds, the final espresso will likely taste overly strong and bitter. Adjust your grind setting coarser until the first drops fall in the ideal 6 to 10 second window. At this step, try to make gradual changes instead of large shifts. Making smaller changes at this step will help you hone in the flavors instead of leaving you to chase drastically different variables. Step 5. Next adjustments, total shot time. Prepare your shot. Grind a fresh, full dose. Give the coffee a firm, level tamp. Insert your portafilter and start your shot. This time, we'll be watching for the full shot time. Our goal is to produce a 30 gram or 1.5 ounce espresso in 25 to 30 seconds. If the shot takes less than 25 seconds, the espresso will likely taste sour or thin. Adjust the grind finer. If the shot takes more than 30 seconds, the final espresso will likely taste overly strong and bitter. Adjust your grind setting coarser. Once you hit the target recipe, 18 to 20 grams of ground coffee to 30 grams of liquid espresso produced in 25 to 30 seconds, it's time to taste and enjoy. Step 6. Setting the timer. Once the grind setting is dialed in, it's really easy to set the grind timer to get a consistent and repeatable dose. Place a dry, clean portafilter on a scale and hit tare. Press the right 2-cup button to enter into timer mode. Use the portafilter to hit the grind button. Let the full dose fall into the portafilter. Place the portafilter back onto the scale and check the amount of ground coffee. If the dose is over or under your target, you'll have to adjust the time. Generally, adjusting the time by a half second will reduce the output by roughly 2 grams, depending on the coffee. Repeat the process until you've hit your desired target. Due to the Atom's high-powered motor and fast spinning burrs, we don't recommend using it to single dose. For the best performance, we'd also recommend having a minimum of 4 ounces of coffee in the hopper. For more tips on brew ratios and coffee extraction, check out these articles from the Clive Journal. And for more coffee tricks, tips, and brewing science, don't forget to check back in at clivecoffee.com.